High expectations, anticipation, letdown, and of course, surprises. Life's awesome. So let's jump into this. You're gonna like this email. Roll it. Welcome back to another video. My name is Nico Zarentas. This is mentorsapproach.com. If this is your first time here, don't forget to hit a like at the end of the video if you like what you see. And of course, subscribe so you can get your weekly dosage of inspiration to start moving in the right direction. Jumping into the email. Hi Nikos, I have an update to my situation. You coached me through the whole screw up and got my business flying again after my ex took off. It's been 8 months since we talked. You said he would come back. He is back. Capital letters on that one, eh? And I told you so. We started talking and he seems like he is doing better with his meds and he wants to get back together. I don't know what to do. I need help. My emotions are beeped up. All right, so backstory of this is that she was in a relationship with somebody who was super awesome at the beginning, and then it went downhill as things progressed. She had started a business already, came into her life, and he started jumping into the different aspects of the business. He became a partner, this, that, and the business started falling apart fast. And then the relationship started falling apart. There were some incidents of, medical requirements after some substance abuse and all this other stuff. Could you classify this person as a narcissistic type? Maybe. But at the end of the day, it fell around the same realm of that universe over there. So here we are talking 8 months later after working with her for several months. And, the question pops up. He came back. Of course, he's going to come back. That being said, before we start, congratulations on the business still growing in the right direction. That is awesome. A key note, we just helped you see that purpose again. We helped you see the road again. We adjusted some strategies on what you were doing. But I mean, and the legal work of what you needed to do, we helped you out on that direction. The rest was you. You did all this. So congrats on that. That's awesome. That being said, I gotta stop saying That being said, the situation you're in, you're saying, I don't know what to do. I need help. My emotions are beeped up. Okay, I agree with you on the emotional side. You're emotional right now. I know that. And I know your personality and I know all that. So that's a given. The line, I don't know what to do. I need help. The line, he's back and you're surprised. You're not surprised. Let's be realistic. You knew it was coming. You just lost some hope of him coming back. He was coming no matter what. We had come to that conclusion. That being said, you do know what to do. You do know what to do. Let's be realistic on that. You know 100% what to do. You are just stuck on that emotional level where you're seeing both paths of what you can do. One is the logical side, one is the emotional side. And instead of really focusing in on what you have been doing for the last, it's been like almost a year, right? So you're doing so much better, and then somebody comes in and boom. And the question really begs, did you bury everything inside? Or did you ever work on things, and how much did you work on things? This would be the situation where we start focusing, on future coach calls, or you go get a counselor, or you start talking with somebody in the medical field on working on that area. The cognitive behavior implementation would help huge with your mindset on the movement forward. You're in two spots. One is the logical sense. The logical sense is to continue on with this. Tell him I'm sorry. My life is moving great. I don't need any of that. I love and respect you, and I really, really was hoping that when you came back, I'd be able to move forward with a relationship with you. But right now, it's not good for me, and I don't think it will ever be. I'm looking for something different. Secondly, or the second option would be to look at it from an emotional sense and say to yourself, is him coming back, how will that affect me? And is this the right thing to do? And do I give him a second chance because that's what good people do, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Where are you on this? Okay, where are you on this? What I want you to do, or what I would want anybody in the situation to do, is write down what life would be like with him not in the picture, what life would be like with him in the picture. If you're male, what would she look like in the picture? What would she look like not in the picture? What you would do is write down everything, including what are the things that you really need in your life right now. On that note, are either options bad? Well, everybody's got their own prerogative on what's good and what's bad. Everybody's got their perception of what's good and what's bad. Everybody has their own opinions on this stuff. Anybody you talk to and you go get help with should be stating the opinions such that you are able to make your decision on it based on integrity and values, not emotions. What I want you to do is write these things down, step away from them, go do something else, tell them not to contact you for a week, and really just step away from the emotional side. Look at these in a logical sense and ask yourself, is it worth him being in my life? Is it worth what I've worked on for the last year to risk it with him coming back in my life so I can give him a second shot? Is it worth me ruining everything for that? Patterns repeat themselves. Patterns repeat themselves is what you got to be thinking while you're making this decision. Then the option is very simple. You either do or you don't. However, if you do want to make it work with this individual, the only real chance you have is if you have a great negotiation on what he needs to do, the things he needs to be doing. So if he's on meds now, he's seeing somebody, you need to be involved in that. You don't want to have a situation where he stops taking his meds because he feels like he's doing better, stuff like that. Then you need to have your values in check. And before you proceed, you need to make sure your values are in check and you are practicing them all the time. And if you can't, you have somebody in a support system that's helping you practice them. Because the reality is, if you cannot say no to that agreement you make, especially when it comes to the business, when it comes to money, when it comes to any kind of decision in that realm with family and who gets money when you feel like you need to give money and what he gets as a partner in your life. Well, if you can't say no, then you're going to go right back to where you were and the pattern will start over and off you go on an adventure of a lifetime that you're repeating because you already went through it. That's the bottom line. Am I in for giving people second chances? Of course I am. Of course I am. The reality is, though, do we as people need that pain again, that drama again? Do we need to go through this? We're moving towards a direction, towards a purpose, a mission that we're trying to find for ourselves. Happiness is the goal. There isn't one person that can tell me that they're not looking for happiness. Everybody's looking for happiness. Well, except for like narcissists and other people in that cluster. But the reality is that your decisions, and this one is an important one, and I know you're feeling the way you're feeling because it's an important one. It's a big one. And the question begs, where are you on that scale? I don't need to repeat it again. Now we also have to ask ourselves, what is the actual value this person is providing? They're coming back into the life and we've already moved forward in our life. We've structured ourselves in a place where we can actually see progress, positiveness, a direction, that mission and purpose in life. And then all of a sudden they're back and we're questioning, should they be in our lives again? On the emotional level, we want them back because of whatever fear-driven thought process we have, that narrative. But the reality is, do we really need them on a logical sense? This is what we have to really see and ask yourself, is that value worth them being back in our life? That risk of them coming in and repeating the narrative in that pattern that they always do. That narrative will come back, and will you be strong enough to say, not today? There's a lot of different factors to consider, and the idea is very simple. Does this fit in your life right now? Is this what you need? Does it need to wait? Is there a rush on things? I mean, and really take some time with yourself on this. This is why I said take a week away. Tell them not to contact you for a week. Do you really need this person right now? Do you need to make this decision right now? And is this something that you could take very slow and really let things progress if they do progress in a certain direction? You don't have to be all of a sudden back in a relationship, back to being exclusive. Things can take some time to develop and go back into that right direction if they are meant to go that way. And if they're not, well, you have your answer. So, I mean, there's different ways to look at this. The question is, what direction is good and where's the value for you? You know, lastly, really picture yourself in 5 years and 10 years. What this decision will make for you. If you go one way or the other way, what will be the end result? I guarantee you that if you go the route of not continuing within the entertainment of making the decision of bringing this person back in your life, that you will find somebody. That fear-driven decision of not knowing if you're going to find somebody again and this and that, that's just, you know, you not being 100% with yourself. You're not being whole and just strong with your values. This is the bottom line. People come and go all the time. Has that relationship ended? Ask yourself that. I can't give you the answer. I can only tell you the things that I believe you should be working towards so that you can make the best decisions you can for yourself. This is the goal of coaching, and integrity plays the biggest role, and all the stuff we talk about is based on integrity, is based on values. And for anybody watching this in a situation where they have to make big decisions, you know, you're going to regret things when they come from an emotional side. However, when they come from the integrity, from your value-based system, from what you know deep down inside is the right thing to do, the regret will only stick around for very little and then gone, because you made the right decision. You can back up to that and you can say, at that moment, this was the right decision for me. This was based on my values, my integrity. This is the bottom line. To walk away from relationships for a second, and we look at businesses and we look at careers and we look at all that other side of our lives. When you have to make a decision, is it not the same thing? If we make an emotional decision to do something, do we not usually regret it? If it's a big decision, if it doesn't go our way. But if it's a logical move, that it's the next step to our development, even if it goes wrong, don't we say, hey, I was there and, you know, that was the best move for me at that time? It all relates, and it's all based on us and our integrity. Take some time and really think about this. Leave some comments below, or maybe ask some questions on the idea behind this. I'd love to hear what people think. Of course, this is a community we're trying to start where everybody, you know, participates in the communication, and that's the end goal of it. And of course, if you do have a good story in a similar situation, or somebody could get some help from this, that's one of the biggest things that occurs with social media. We read people's stories, and who knows, it might help change your life.